All right, now let's bring in Mike Sarraille, retired U.S. Navy SEAL, host of Season 2 of The Unsung of Arlington on Fox Nation. Mike Sarraille, welcome back. This rescue mission, I'm sure you've followed it carefully. It's an unmanned rescue mission, unmanned drone rescue mission, a sea drone, if you will. What do you make of that?
That is the capability of our military. I'm going to tell you, if I was one of those two pilots, sitting in the water to see an autonomous, subsurface drone surface and rescue us. One, the joy of seeing something coming for you, but two, just in the back of their mind, they must have been thinking, this is the U.S. military. So it speaks to the capacity and the capability that we've been building. It speaks to the discretionary funding we spend on defense and our relationship with these technology companies, which play a large part of our defense infrastructure. So it speaks to that relationship, and it just shows our capability. Wildly proud of those two pilots, wildly proud of the drone operators that redirected to save our pilots.
I mean, it's amazing. This is the greatest military in the world. It is the greatest military in the history of history. It's the greatest Navy. Once they're equipped, what they can do is remarkable, as you're talking about. You yourself served nobly in this, and yet, you see the nitpicking still from the left-wing media, the so-called legacy media. You see stories that we're losing, we don't have leverage over Iran. Of course we do. Of course we do. If the president gave the go-ahead, we would complete the military bombing mission, would we not?
We would. The left is misguided here, and I understand why they're doing it with the midterm elections right around the corner. Guys, we are giving ammunition to Iran. Their assumption was that our political cycle is more powerful than our American resolve, and they're wrong. But for the American people to put that out on the media is just shameful. Now, I am all about questioning the actions that we're about to take, having debate. But ultimately, once that decision is made by the President of the United States, it is our job as American citizens to get behind him. And to call this a quagmire a week or two into the initial bombings, again, is shameful and it's un-American.
If the president has to go through another bombing mission, okay, General Keane is a supporter. This other military men have told me that they support it. If he feels the need to do that and to complete the deal, then he needs to do that to complete the deal. But we've basically taken Iran out of play, haven't we? I mean, it's 80 or 85%. Perhaps we'll finish the last 10 or 15%. I don't know. You know more about this than I do. I'm just saying it's the right thing to do because it's about freedom. And it's about liberating the whole Middle East from the tyranny of this gruesome regime. And we should support him on this.
We should. Larry, in your dialogue, you mentioned, have we gone too far with diplomacy? And we don't want to second guess the president. I think Senator McCormick said it best. He's closest to the problem. He has the most updated intel. He's involved with the negotiations. He's making decisions for a reason, and we trust him. But General Jack Keane, who I am a huge fan of, why does he believe that we need to go forward with military actions? And I actually agree with him because he lived this problem for the majority of his military career. I'm sure he has a hatred knowing for what this Iranian regime stands for. But here are the two most likely scenarios, I believe. Most likely, what I think we'll see is, President Trump approve hits on the IRGC Navy. That is their radar, their satellite systems, their anti-missile batteries, the Mosquito fleet. He may hit Qasem, Bandar Abbas, Iraq. He may hit those hard. Ultimately, center of gravity is the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to get a deal, or we're going to crush them and blow them to smithereens. But the Strait of Hormuz is the center of his gravity, and he wants to focus on that. Now, the less likely outcome is Israel is involved alongside us in a major campaign, and we hit them hard, to Jack Keene's point, for 10 to 14 days to eradicate them. And I would assume that Israel is going to hit the hornet's nest while we clear the highway known as the Strait of Hormuz to ensure that that remains open. But if that happens, a 10 to 14-day campaign, stand by, because I'm going to tell you from a military perspective, these troops are probably chomping at the bit because we felt we solved the problem on the first round. we're going to finish it on the second round.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well said. General Keane is a longtime friend and mentor of mine, so I agree with you. He is a great patriot. So are you, Mike Sarraille. You are a great patriot, and thank you for helping us with your insights.